name is Nicole York. I work at DMLO CPAs. I am the director of our Corydon, Indiana office. I have been a CPA for about 12 and a half years now. I would say the first thing is to always be willing to learn. It's so much of what we do. Unfortunately, it seems like there's, it's a learn by mistake kind of process. So it's fix your review notes, and it can be a little bit sometimes of a negative reinforcement. But I think it's just a matter of being able to take constructive feedback for what it is. It's just constructive feedback and learn from it. Again, always learn new things. I learn something new on a daily basis still. And also be willing to share what you're learning. So, we've seen some pretty significant tax law changes and regulation changes in the last 5 years even, and especially in the last 13 or 14 months with COVID and all the stimulus packages. And so, being somebody who is willing to take the deep dive into those packages and being willing to share that with the office. If you can be a resource for the people in the office, I think that is going to help your career advancement probably faster than anything. It's just really be a resource. Understanding that every member of your team is a unique individual, and they are going to have different communication styles, and understanding that you can't expect everybody to cater how they communicate to you. You have to learn the best way to communicate with your staff members. And I think the other thing is also, taking time, particularly when we're busy and everybody's stressed out, to stop and thank our staff for doing what they're doing, and recognize the effort that everybody is putting in. From a client perspective, what we don't want to do, we can get so focused on trying to have somebody writing the smallest check on April 15th or, May 15th or July 15th, whatever the tax deadline happens to be in that year. We can get so focused on minimizing tax this year that we don't think about what they may have going on 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. And we really need to be able to look at the whole picture and see what their goals are in the future, because, it could be that maybe we've got a big transaction coming in a couple of years. So maybe it makes sense to pay a little bit more tax now, maybe maximize some of the lower tax brackets so that we can pay less at a higher tax rate later on. So it's just being able to look at the whole picture really can help you do the most efficient planning for your clients in the long run. Community service is never going to be a bad thing for me professionally or personally. The more tied in I am to the community, the better off my entire family is going to be going forward. And there's a lot to be learned from those organizations. The most passionate people I have ever met are the people who are running these nonprofit organizations. Hard work creates luck. I think a lot of times it's easy for us to sit back and say, oh, well, that person just left into that job, or, everything just fell into place for them and it was all just a coincidence, when what you don't see is all of the hours of hard work and professional development, personal development that people are doing on their own to put themselves in situations where maybe they're the right choice for a promotion because maybe they finished a degree early, or they had taken the right training. So I think just recognize that the people who you may think are the luckiest are the people who have really just worked the hardest. I think if we just look at how it's changed in the last 5 years, our processes have changed significantly. And I think, as we move forward, I think a lot of our processes, data entry for tax returns and potentially sampling for audits, I think a lot of that stuff is going to end up being automated. So I think that's going to free us up to be doing a lot more consulting and planning and that type of work for our clients. And I think that, we need to be prepared for some of those data entry type tasks to be automated, and then figure out, how can we add value to our clients going forward. Always be willing to learn. Never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop trying to better yourself. And also be willing to share your knowledge with your team members, because the better the team does, the better you do in the long run, the better the firm does in the long run. So always be willing to share your knowledge.